I know that I usually say that I have a lot of like very special games today, but I can actually confirm, no cap, that today actually literally is a special game because I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, I might have to correct myself on this, is that this is the first time I have cast Diomedes28 playing here on this ranked Arabia versus the red pengu. So I'm kind of shocked. I know that the display on Capture Age usually will show the elo of players. It's not showing it this time, but for those of you who don't know, we are playing at the high 600s. And we already got some high 600 stuff coming on, as apparently Red decided to put a forward barrack here at the outside of their base, but there's no one building it. So it's an interesting choice to have placed the foundation for a barrack, but never. Okay, now a villager is on the move. They are building it. Confirmed. And despite all the stuff that people say, like, they joke about the low elo legends and stuff like that, they dunk on them. They got a lot of relevant stuff coming up here. I mean, both players around the same pop. Build order is getting good. Wood game also popping off, but everyone struggles with the wood game. I mean, people even at thousands, 1100, they struggle with the wood game, right? Got some Igo villagers here. Got some typical defensive walls going up, which is good. And Red is just going to go around and scout the map a little bit, which is pretty cool. But holy mackerel, that was interesting. Red, okay, they queued up 8 spearmen out of their single barracks and then dropped it back down to 5, which honestly I think is a pretty good choice to do. Like, I think that 8 would be definitely a lot of spearmen to scale out of one barrack. But they're going to mix up a little bit, and it looks like they're going to get a forward stable coming through, and not only get a forward stable, but get a lot of people on a stone, on this T-shaped stone over here, and going to start a little stone mining. So we're setting things up for the late game. We're setting things up for castle. Teal also going to move throughout the map here, and this might be the first time. No, not the first time they're scouting the base, but okay. So it looks like their scout actually is on auto scout, which for most people I recommend, because there's so many times when I see people even at the higher elos, and their scout is like doing nothing. And if you're not going to do anything with your scout, like, it's better just to place it on auto scout. And this is why, because you could run into 2 spearmen, 3 spearmen, and get killed. So auto scout is definitely the best way to go. Red, I have no idea what they can see in their map, so they're not on auto scout. They're just making a really pretty Jackson Pollock piece right here on the map. Not a lot of feudal pressure. When I say not a lot, I mean it seems to be no feudal pressure now coming in from either player. And one bad thing, I think, as this villager decides to build exactly one stone wall, which means that the red player should not be able to come through this massive gap now, which is good. But one thing that red has going for them that I think is good compared to teal is that they have 135 wood. And teal over here is approaching almost 1,000 wood in feudal age. I would say the villager pump almost had to stop for both, but red had really stopped their villager pump for a long time at 22 pop. And Diomedes also stopping the villager pump. But they got a lot of stuff to take care of. They're building the walls. People are getting on gold. They're playing some defense. So a lot of stuff happening for both players as both of them are walling up. And looks like we might, I wasn't going to say go up to castle, but it looks like Red is actually preparing. Could you say for an attack out of one barrack? It looks like it, as a 6 scout cavalry about to come on the field. And Diomedes, I would say they're ready for it. They got four spearmen at their base. Stone wall in the front, quite a few idols, but nothing insurmountable. I would say that what I would really love to see at this point is Diomedes take everybody off of wood and scale the farms, right? They do actually have both of their production upgrades at the mill and lumber camp already in. That's compared to Red, who has neither. They actually don't have any upgrades at all at this point. And 28 pop and still pumping for teal compared to only 26 coming in here from the red villager. So that's pretty cool. And red dedicating even more people to stone. over here. So they're pretty serious about being able to build a castle in feudal age, but I'm not sure if anyone knows, but I don't think there are any civilizations, even the Persians, who can build a castle in feudal age. But we're about to learn that soon in a moment. Archery range now coming in for red, who wants the triad. And I'm not talking about Hong Kong gangs. I'm talking about the archery gang, the stable gang, and the barrack. So they're going to go for a full fake out on Diomedes, who might get punked when they realize that our red player over here, you can't tell what units he's going for. There's no counter. There's no counter for the triad, you know what I mean? And Diomedes now over 1,000 wood as they decide maybe to not pump and dump this wood, but they are prioritizing the defense on the stone walls over here, which is good. Love to see that. And red, I was going to say they're about to get pop cap, but they're not because they're not producing any villagers at this point. So maybe they're just doing the old rest invest, as they like to do at the big tech companies. Just gonna, okay, no rest invest. They're back on villagers. 6 more villagers in the queue, and might be a rude awakening as the pop cap is going to come in. Diomedes says no problem on the pop cap. Just going to build more houses, and I'm serious when I say that the triad. Look at this, red. Now got 6 archers in the queue. So you're not Diomedes. You know, you think you're gonna know? You think you're gonna know what he's going for? You're not gonna know. You know what I mean? You're gonna see scouts. You'd be like, I'll go spearmen. Red says no. I'll go archers. You go archers. Red's got scouts. So Diomedes shaking in his boots and in a lot of trouble. But maybe Diomedes just dunked on me, because Diomedes is on his way to Castle Age with 1.5k wood, which is pretty cool. I would love to see him get rid of it at some point with, hear me out, maybe some farms, but maybe 3 TCs. I'm a little bit concerned about Teal's ability to perhaps collect stone. I guess they did spend, they spent stone on these walls over here because they're not at 200, but once again, they're reading my mind as they go in for the slumber camp with 1 villager, and that's honestly all you need. If you're going to build a nice little military and scale them out of holy mackerel, this is not okay. This is nice. So I was not expecting him to actually get rid of dumping this wood, because honestly he should spend it on more farms, to be honest. But at least we got 4 archery ranges, so we are doing some good things. Red, I'm not sure if anyone told them, but it seems like they did not build any walls on the right hand side of their map. I'm guessing they can see that. Okay, we got a little black point here, which might be confusing red. And it looks like we got a little, well, I'll say a little action, but not a lot of action, because there was a wolf probably that had attacked someone. And it looks like both players are actually playing a massive respect. Oh my god, what is going on here? What is going on here? Why would red do that? I guess they're killing this hunt to make sure that if blue comes forward with a forward mill, he doesn't deny it. GG will be coming in from Diomedes any moment now. As damn, they go right to wheelbarrow. Holy crap. Usually I see like a pretty big delay in terms of players like getting their infrastructure up and running, like production upgrades. And they're going to get wheelbarrow, and they're going to get 4 more villagers in the queue. So they're pumping. And red shaking in their boots. So they're going to go forward and... well, I was going to say they're attack the scout, but they kind of just showed their composition. But as I said, Diomedes sweating. You got the pikes, you got the 6 archers, and you got the 6 scouts, right? So it's going to be an uphill battle here for Diomedes, who doesn't know what to think, doesn't know what composition to make. Speaking of composition, he does have these 3 archer ranges over here, which have not produced any military, despite there being 4. I would also love to see, hear me out here, 2 more TCs coming in. That's what I would love to see. Diomedes deletes his own lumber camp, but does not replace it with another lumber camp. Okay, big brain stuff coming over here. As the second TC comes in, Diomedes reading my mind, covers the backwood, covers the stone. Okay? Both players playing a massive respect game right now, because neither player wants to go forward and to attack anybody at this point. I think they're both looking to kind of like boom their eco. And speaking of eco boom, 11 villagers in the queue out of 1 TC for red. Absolute mad lad, as they build a house to block off their own gold. And that's the rarely seen self dunk coming in from red over here. As holy mackerel, alert, alert, alert! Third TC coming in from Diomedes. Stop the press. Is this 1200 elo play or what? Red going to take that massive advantage they had with stone and totally set it ablaze as they do not drop a forward castle. They drop a... It is neither a defensive castle nor an offensive castle. It's just a castle. And not only that, but it's a castle that could have been placed here on this hill for bonus damage and cover this gold. But no. Red decides better, as it looks like we now got 7 archers coming out of the archery range. And I hope they're coming out in parallel. We're about to see in a moment as thumb ring... Okay, they are coming out in parallel, but I think it's only out of... Okay, this is not good. It seems that they're only coming out of 2 archery ranges, if I'm not mistaken. We'll actually see if they come out of the bottom 2 in a moment, or the top 2. Could be a little goof here from Diomedes. They didn't parallelize. Okay, they're coming out in parallel. Crisis averted. We'd like to see more wood dump, but the villager pump is still coming in from Diomedes, as they're going to get all their archer upgrades. Parthian tactics coming in from Persians, no surprise there. The single villager is going to build an entire castle by themselves. A rarely seen feat by any civilization in real history or otherwise. The Persians, the Persian pengu says, I can do it all by myself. Light cav coming in to beef up these scout cavalry here in the front. I'm not sure if Diomedes is actually aware of this forward castle at this point. I don't think they are. They've been kind of turtle up in their base this entire time, and they're going to get every goddamn research upgrade they could possibly buy before going forward, which I guess is better than going forward with no army. And they're working on a castle themselves. They're working on a maybe defensive or forward castle here. Would like to see a little mining camp maybe on the right-hand side to make the collection a bit more efficient. And Diomedes on the move as he shreds these light cav. Both get scared. Well, no, Diomedes is not scared. He's going to take them on. No, he's not going to take them on. They're going to run. Red runs. Everyone's scared. And everyone runs back to mommy and daddy. Villager difference, not that different, but this is a problem here for Diomedes, because here's what I'm going to say. And I don't care who hears it. I would say that lower elo players have trouble dealing with elephants. I would say that obviously, some people might know that Monk is a really good counter to elephants. And I think that when Persians get enough elephants, it's like problematic for people. So I'm really actually interested to know how Diomedes is going to take care of this. I don't think he actually saw the elephant. I don't see any monks or spearmen in the queue, so they're probably not expecting it. So this should be kind of interesting. Red on the move over here as they're going to get on more stone. I guess they want to scale another castle. They actually have enough money, again, to put down a castle if they wanted to. And that would be great just to scale these elephants. I go, okay, well, they're thinking what I'm thinking. They're picking up what I'm putting down because they're going to put 2 castles here in the front and 3 mangonels. So this is the most diverse composition of military I have ever seen. So I don't know if Diomedes is actually going to be able to go the distance in terms of handling this. It's a lot to handle. You see elephants, you see archers, you see scouts, you see pikes. Like, what do you build, right? And it looks like they're just going to stay on crossbowmen. At this point, they're going to diversify a little bit and go spearmen. They're going to go castle. Samurai are going to get a little bit of an attack bonus against this elite unit, this elephant, if it decides to come forward. Beefy 15 attack, really slow, but whoa! High elo legend Diomedes coming in as I guess they're preparing for the elephant Persian rush. So you get 1 monk. I'm not sure if it's to pick up relics or for defense. Who knows? I would, hear me out, love to see Diomedes, who is ready to click up to Imperial if they wanted to, dump this wood and go straight to Imperial. They can literally do it right now. Zero problemo, as they say. But I'm not sure if they're going to have the wherewithal to do it, especially if they get attacked. I tend to find that people don't keep track of their Imperial timing very well. This is going to be a huge problem. I know that there's a defensive castle hero Diomedes, but I know him as a person. I wouldn't say that their military control at this point is good enough to know what to do with all this variety, but Red is not waiting. They're going to start the attack. It's a ready or not. The attack is going on. This is not a great choice to bring your archers into fight with mangonels. And they do have some castle cover. Mangonel takes out a shot here on some of the archers. Archers are going to do nothing against these elephants. They're going to do zilch. Mangonel is going to fire on their own scout cavalry. What a fucking mess. And all the archers go down. Diomedes now on 6 pike, 5 crossbowmen, 1 scout cav, but he does know the counter. So he's going to queue up 13 pikemen. I hope not out of 1 barrack, but I think that is the case. I think that they need to... Okay, well, hey. Diomedes once again claps back at the caster and starts scaling barracks in the back of the map. And I do think there are some upgrades associated with Japanese, and pikemen also gets a view over here of the 2 front castles. Once again, can click up to Imperial if they dump the wood at the market. If they wanted to, they do have a market. They do have idle villagers. Panic mode now coming in for Diomedes. And believe me when they're in panic mode, because this horse over here absolutely has a... Can you say AWOL? I would call it AWOL. But Red also missing a massive opportunity for, firstly, not producing more villagers. They're stuck at 55 villagers. Battle elephants come in. No, they're scared. They go out. And the Red is going to get everything in its right place before he starts the attack. Here's one thing that actually I think is kind of like a higher elo thing that Red is doing, is that they're only dedicating 1 villager to build this castle, which you only do 1 actually. So the rest of the economy is pumping. Let's check out the economy from Red over here. Yeah, they're diversifying. Maybe they could fix this wood line a little bit. They have... Okay, this is kind of funny. Red has 0 production upgrades, except for the gold that's coming in right now. So wood farms, like, you know, it's not looking too hot. Diomedes about to scale to over 20 pikemen, but hear me out. Once again, Diomedes can click up to Imperial, and they can get trebuchets if they wanted. And I think it would be a really good idea. They can do it now, even without using the market. Oh my lord! Ladies and germs, this is not a low elo game. The moment the Diomedes was able to go up to Imperial, he's watching it. He knows what's going on. He clicks it. And for some of you who don't know, the Japanese do have a tech at the Castle Catapulto, which allows them to, I believe, unpack and pack trebuchets faster. I'm not sure how it's going to be relevant here. But, I mean, despite the fact that they're going to beat their opponent to Imperial by, 10 years, I think that these elephants might be a problem if they decide to fight under castle cover. If they fight under castle cover over here, I hope that Diomedes have enough control to keep these pikes out of the castle cover. And I have to imagine that you're going to get the trebuchet out immediately. But here's another thing Diomedes should be working on. Let's get 1 villager, just 1, to get a castle. Where do you get it? You get it right in the sweet spot. You get it right over here maybe. And then you get, check me out, parallel pump. Parallel pump for the Japanese trebuchets. Really relevant composition now coming in for Diomedes as chainmail armor is coming in for these spearmen, which can give me even more defense. Red, I don't even know what they're doing. They're not scaling villagers. They're just slowly trickling war elephants, which, by the way, I still think is going to be really hard to deal with. Like, it's pikemen. They do more damage, but these are, really beefy. How much HP does one of these bad boys have? Nearly 500 HP, 15 attack. Really slow, not great armor, but it's a lot. Diomedes getting ballistics for his 5 archers, which is an interesting choice. Gold mining. Attack upgrade. Imperial coming in. Does he queue up the trebuchet immediately? Does he do it? Does he do it? Does he do it? The trebuchet. Hello. The trebuchet. The trebuchet. There we go. The 3 trebuchets coming out of the 1 castle for Diomedes. We're going to hate seeing another castle. How is Red going to react? They see Imperial coming in, and they better be scaling their farms or using the market or something, because you're going to need a lot to deal with this. Arbaluster, final upgrade now coming in for Diomedes as this trebuchet is about to pop out from 1 castle. I would love to see another castle right here. I would love them to see them dump that stone. There's two strategies you can go here with the trebuchet. You can either go for the trickle strategy, which honestly I would not recommend with all these elephants, or you can get all the trebuchets out, maybe like 2 or 3, and then fire from there. Diomedes, their military queue, is also empty. I would just, keep on doing the pikeman pump from this point. And red, pretty close to going to the castle. They just need to sell a little bit of wood, and they're there. But they might go the natural way. Chemistry, love it. Going to beef up the archers even more, which is good. And yeah, it looks like we're not going to do the trickle trap situation. They're going to do the slow trap situation. Everyone waiting for their proper turn to attack. This is not disrespect warfare. This is respect warfare, okay? Now the problems are going to come in for these war elephants. We're finally getting the halberdier upgrade for teal. And they're going to get nice in a line over here. They're going to start doing big bonus damage to these elephants to start coming in. But red is able to click up to Imperial and is not doing it. I'm not sure if they're missing their building. Whoa! Sneaky, sneaky. Phil the villager. If he survives this line attack, is going to be able to build a castle all by himself. We'll see. No, now he's a lumberjack. He's not building anything. Okay, he's attacking the line now. And Diomedes still not attacking. Going to wait till every single last treb comes out, which is a good choice. Gonna... Yeah, lion goes down. Siege Engineers comes in, which I believe gives more range to the trebuchet. So, like I said, we're going to research every goddamn thing in the game before we start attacking. And red is now going up to Imperial. We'll love to see another castle getting built by this red villager, but the lion attack has left them traumatized, to be perfectly honest, and they don't know what to do. And once again, the attack has not started, and okay, no, the attack has started. Jesus Christ, we're off, and we're attacking the castle with 4 trebuchets, and Arbalester will be able to shred these archers. Second castle going up here on the left-hand side. War elephants is what you really need to deal with from the pikes, but they are getting trapped. They do melt the forward house, and halberdiers are getting in the mix. Spam clicks come in from teal, and they really should be using this castle to get these mangonels down. You got to... Oh, okay, there we go. Firing down on the mangonels. Love to see it. War elephants are... I wouldn't say... Yeah, they're melting. They're melting. It's the 300 choke point here, and we're about to go down to almost 0 elephants and almost no military for red, as their castles are starting to melt. Emergency mangonel coming forward, but they were not going to be able to do anything, as this elephant is also going to melt. Castle fire, don't send the mangonel forward yet. That's going to get in range of the castle. Sneak castle on the build here from red, but they're only on 59 villagers, which is a bit concerning. I think that red might GG at some point, because this is pretty ugly. This is not good. Villagers on the move. Unused trebuchets coming in from teal, but red is up to Imperial, so they're not done yet. Okay, the game is still on. Attack upgrades now coming in for the elephants, which is pretty cool. And this final castle should be going down. Diomedes, can they see it? Yes, they can. Red, I don't know what they're doing with their production. They only have 1 elephant in the queue and nothing else. So nothing else going on back home. It's just a chill game for everybody. And attack upgrades now coming in for red for the remaining elephants. And here we go. I wouldn't say this is a ballsy castle. I would say it's a castle. I would say it's a castle on a hill. As now the samurai are... coming to attack. We do have 5 trebuchets here from Diomedes, but they're taking the safe strategy and only using 1, just in case the other trebuchets get exhausted. So interesting strategy. And we're just trickling in trebuchets and trickling in war elephants here from teal, as everything else should get shredded. Mangonel should do pretty good damage over here. And I think a few kills come in from these trebuchets. Some people getting fired on, but really good timing from Diomedes. And I think red will GG at some point. I mean, they don't really have anything on the map. And they have no military on the map now. So Diomedes just needs to push in here with their military, and that should be GG. For some of you who don't know who are watching, there is a hotkey for all military. It's shift comma, but not necessary, as Pengu calls the GG, and Diomedes is on the way up to 700.